What's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. We're going to get into Monday Night Raw from March the 24th, 2025. An okay show for the most part, thanks to Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Outside of that, the show was extremely boring. I did not care about it. I am shocked and appalled that these Raws and SmackDowns do not feel special. We're in WrestleMania season. We have 4 Raws to go, 4 SmackDowns to go, and they just feel bland as I don't know what. And this Raw was one of them. But it is what it is. It's nothing more we can do. WrestleMania will be here in essentially 3 weeks. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do. We just got to hold on tight. That's all we can do. Hold on tight, hope, and pray for the best. That's all we can do. All right, so we kicked the show off with John Cena. He comes out, he gets booed massively, just like he did last week. So John Cena says that it seems like they have something they want to say to him. John Cena says they're ready to do their worst. And because they finally understand what's happening, John Cena has turned the spotlight on the people. They know he can pick apart any of these random ticket holders and rip them to shreds right now. No one's safe. He said last week he put a clueless kid on blast. His poor, pathetic face was everywhere. WWE posted, and the crowd loved it. So a fuck you Cena chant breaks out. Cena smirks a bit. Cena says, "Who's worse, him or the guy who actually tells the truth, or all the people?" Their best idea is to use profanity. They love to watch, rewatch, and meme a poor, defenseless kid getting destroyed. Cena doesn't need to single out anyone here. Because they're all horrible people. Nice. He said, they're going to find out how he'll make them pay for the abuse they put him through. For 25 years, he listened to their lies and their noise. John Cena didn't waste time being mean like them. So I shut the fuck up shit. It breaks out again. Cena says they make it easy. While chanting profanity, he's been paying attention and learning from them. Cena has tested and rewarded them for playing along with their stupid nursery rhymes. And in doing so, he's told everything about themselves. They know nothing about John Cena. John Cena knows more than they know about. Knows more about them than they do. Their lives are sad, and this is going to be the best it's going to get. This is all they have. To Cena, they've been nothing more than an experiment. They're rats in a cage. Cena tells them to pick out any moment in his career, and he'll tell them about it. When he bled, they thought he was tough. When he spoke, they were inspired. When he was edgy, they were excited. When he was vanilla, they were bored. And this is all true. Like, if you watch the Ruthless Aggression era, all this shit was true. Like, massive John Cena fans hated him. Like, it was really just the little kids that liked him back then. So, yeah. John said he was loyal. They were loved. When he was selfish, they were disrespected. When he speaks in rhythmic tones, they say, "What?" The crowd always tells him everything about themselves because they desperately want to matter. The important thing they told him was in April of 2005. It was the day when he gave his greatest idea, the Spinner Championship. They ate him alive for it. All he had to do was Google the negative comments about the spinner belt. They told Cena that he was stupid for changing the championship to a toy. The championship's not a toy, it's a symbol. At the center of all this, that belt is disrespected, their championship and legacy. That was the biggest mistake they ever made. They were vulnerable enough to tell them what it meant to them now. Cena knows that he is going to ruin wrestling, and Cena will ruin wrestling for every fan, wrestler, and everyone. And at WrestleMania, he'll make history by winning Number 17, John Cena will finally force them to forget the name of Ric Flair. They'll say the name forever, John Cena. Even worse, he'll win the championship. The center of every superstar and fan in this building, and retire with it. Cena's taking home with him. Taking it home with him. Cena will leave them to make a toy belt because the real one comes home with them. Cena is the last champion in WWE. Cena says that revenge is best served cold, and he'll pay them back by ripping. He'll pay them back by ripping their hearts out, by walking away with their memories and dreams. There's nothing they can do to stop them. So, this is kind of a cartoon villain, kind of. This is fine, I guess. We still have, 3 weeks left to go. I'm pretty sure this should bleed into SmackDown 2 as well. So, we've got that as well. But this is fun. So, John Cena's promo was pretty solid. I enjoyed it. It was rather long, though. So, Cody Rhodes comes out, and he gets on the mic. He says that he made a mistake last week. He looked at John Cena and talked about old John versus new John. John Cena is clearly sincere, angry, and willing. Perhaps this is the most dangerous John Cena that there's ever been. Cena has made a massive mistake. That mistake was not hitting him upside the head with the title at the Elimination Chamber. The mistake was Cena saying that what he just said to these lovely people while he was in the building. So the crowd sings Cody Rhodes' song again. Cody Rhodes asked if the crowd singing bothers Cena. Cena should know how hard he fought just to hold this one time and validate one name. If he understands Cena correctly, the timeline of all professional wrestling hangs in the balance because of his vanity. So then Cody Rhodes then lays down the championship, and he's going to give Cena the opportunity right now to take it. So Cena grabs the mic, he throws it aside. Cody Rhodes unbuttons his shirt, pause. Cena wants to pick it up, but he doesn't. Cody gets on the mic, he shouts at John Cena. Cena turns and starts to head back to the ring. Cody Rhodes takes off a jacket and he challenges John Cena. Cena then shakes his head and then dips out. Cody Rhodes says he has one thing to say. He can't have this on his conscience any longer. Cody Rhodes needs John Cena to see him and the people. His psychotic need to take the title does not outweigh the right to keep it. The champ is no longer standing there. The champ is standing in the center of this ring. To see Cena walking away empty-handed is how he'll walk away from WrestleMania and the WWE. And that was the end of the promo. And then Cody holds up the title. So this was okay. This was fine. This was better than their first interaction. Again, we've got time to build it. We still got another 3 weeks now. So hopefully this can bleed into SmackDown too at some point again. It needs to, and not just happen on Raw. But we don't know if Cena can make some Friday dates or not. We don't know, but it all depends. So far, The Rock has not showed up yet, but he definitely will. Like I said, right now all this stuff is overseas, so they've been overseas for 3 weeks now. This is like their third week. I think next week will be their final week overseas, and then they'll be back in the States. So we still got time, but not a whole bunch of it. All right, moving on. So we kicked Moving on. So the first match of the night was the Usos defeating A-Town Down Under. Yes, Jimmy was Jay's mystery partner. It was not going to be Joe Hendry. He wasn't going to show. I thought he was, but for lulz, but I figured he never was going to show. I do expect to see Joe Hendry in WWE, but that'll probably be sometime next year. So, yeah, there's that. The Usos, they win. Gunther shows up, beats up Jay Uso, rinse and repeat. And then Jimmy and Jay are able to fight off Gunther, and that was it. Who cares about this shit? I don't give a single fuck about this shit. Moving on. More Judgment Day nonsense. So, Liv Morgan asked about Finn Balor. Dominic says that he's still mad at him. And then she tells Dom that they can still bring gold to the Judgment Day. Carlito thinks that he should challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't care about any of this garbage. Moving on. So, Raw General Manager is Adam Pearce. He's backstage talking to Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. All right, nobody cares. Moving on. So, we get a really good video package of El Grande Americana. Really good shit here. So, this Lucha star dominated before disappearing without a trace. Now he'll bring back honor and glory to this sport. He's an icon and a trailblazer. He is El Grande Americana. I love this. This is some good Chad Gable shit. Really good shit here. Moving right along. So, Adam Pearce, he's backstage with Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. They're shocked by what they just saw, video-wise. Ray says that isn't El... that isn't El Grande Americana. It's Chad Gable. So Chad Gable, he comes in, he's coughing. He says he isn't cleared to compete because he's sick. Ray says they don't need a match. They'll see him in the parking lot. Whoa. Ray, hold on, bro. This is not NXT, dog. This is not how shit goes down. Chad Gable suggests that Dragon Lee take on El Grande Americana. Pierce says his hands are tied, and Dragon Lee says he'll take the match. And then Ray calls Chad Gable a real jackass. Nice. All right, that's cool stuff there. I'm really digging the Chad Gable stuff. Really good shit. Moving on. So this leads us into Lyra Valkyria defeating Raquel Rodriguez. She retains her Women's Intercontinental Championship. Who gives a fuck? Moving on. Post-match, Liv Morgan attacked Lyra Valkyria, and then Bayley came down to make the save. I'm pretty sure this will set up a tag match for next week. Nobody gives a fuck. I really don't care about this. Moving on. So, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, they're backstage. So, Jay's frustrated. So, Jimmy shows up and says Jey Uso is two in his head. He said last week a move he's done for 15 years turned him into a joke and a meme. Now he had the kill shot and slipped. If he keeps this up, he won't win at WrestleMania. Jay says he knows. He's 0-3 against Gunther. Jay isn't sure he can win at WrestleMania. Jimmy says he can't. He needs to be the Jey Uso of old. Jimmy walks off. He confronts Gunther. Jimmy then challenges Gunther to a match, and then Gunther hopes that he won't trip and fall like Jay, and then Jimmy smacks the shit out of Gunther. I'm like, damn, bro. God damn. That thing was loud, too. I was like, shit. Moving on. This leads us into the Adam Pearce drama with Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and all that stuff. I'm not really going to go over this. All three competitors come out. They bicker back and forth. Rhea shoves Io attacks them, and then basically Adam Pearce makes a match. It's going to be Io and Rhea for their rematch. Bianca will face the winner, and then later on in the show, he tells Bianca that she's going to be the special guest referee, so we know this is still going to set up for the triple threat match. This is lame as fuck. Moving on. So, Dominic, he's backstage. He says that Penta's warming up. So, Dom offers Penta a spot in the Judgment Day. He could become an Intercontinental Champion tonight. And Dom tells Penta to think about it. All right, that's fine there. Moving on. So, Adam Pearce is in his office. The New Day, they show up, they burst in. They demand a shot at the at the World Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania. Adam Pearce said they should have offered to have a match on Raw next week to determine who should go to WrestleMania. Until they do that, they can leave his office, and then they tell him to take his blood pressure medicine. All right, that's fine. So Bianca Belair, she shows up. She's not happy. Adam Pearce says that she'll be involved in the match, inclined right down the middle as a special guest referee. Bianca says she doesn't know how to referee. Adam Pearce says she's got a week to learn and to figure it out. All right, who cares about this shit? Moving on. Chad Gable, a.k.a. El Grande Americana, he defeated Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee's mask slipped off towards the end. He saved himself, and then Chad Gable won via the ankle lock. So this was great. So I do like this. Seeing Chad Gable as a luchador is great. Great stuff. Moving on. So CM Punk, he's out next, and he gets on the mic, and he says that there's going to be a contract signing on SmackDown. He says that he's going to take care of both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Punk wishes that they were here tonight, but he said that's fine. He'll get his hands on them on Friday. That's all he basically said. Not really all that important. So, it is what it is. And then he mentions, his pathway to WrestleMania, about how he, didn't win the Rumble and he didn't win the Chamber. So, there's that. It is what it is. Main event of the evening, Braun Breaker was backstage with Kathy Kelly. She asked about Penta potentially joining the Judgment Day. Braun says he can't worry about that. He'll retain his title because the dogs are barking in Glasgow. Main event of the evening, this leads us into Penta versus Braun Breaker. Penta receives his first loss via DQ because Dom gets involved. And then Finn Balor and Carlito, they show up. They beat up Penta for a brief moment. Then Dom speaks to Penta in Spanish, telling him to hit Braun with the chair. He does not. He super kicks. He does a Van Daminator with the chair to Dom, and then he ends up taking out both Dom and Carlito. And then Finn Balor, they beat up Braun Breaker and Penta. And that was how the show ended. So it seems like what they're going to end up doing is probably just have like a fatal four-way. No, probably a triple threat. So Penta, Finn Balor, and Braun Breaker. Maybe Dom too as a fatal four-way. I don't know. It's going to be some type of multi-man match. I don't really fucking like that. But it is what it is. Monday Night Raw, for the most part, was all right. I dug the John Cena promo. That was pretty decent. Him and Cody colliding again for the second time. That was pretty cool. Everything else was basically just a waste of time, and it was totally missable, including the main event. But it is what it is. But what did you guys think of Monday Night Raw? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.